Well, during a rain-soaked speech, UK Prime Minister Rishi Sunak officially launched the Tory campaign as he announced a general election for July 4.
Earlier today, I spoke with His Majesty the King to request the dissolution of Parliament. The King has granted this request, and we will have a general election on the 4th of July.
Joining me now is Sky News contributor Emily Carver. Emily, good to see you. Thanks for joining us. Look, it's very dramatic with the rain falling there on his shoulders. The general election announcement seems to have taken many by surprise. What's been the reaction?
Oh, wow. It's taken nearly everyone by surprise. He kept his team so tight-lipped. I think this was made very, very recently, this decision. I think it's not just a snap election. It was a snap decision. It was only last week he was saying that we could all book our summer holidays, not to worry, the election's going to be in the second half of the year. And of course, technically, now it is in the second half of the year, but we were expecting the autumn. Everyone was expecting an autumn election. We thought he would cling on to power as long as possible. But of course, earlier this week, that all changed, and him standing in the pouring rain. I mean, if you're generous, you could say it's very British, almost patriotic to stand there in the rain and insist on doing so. But it did make a lot of memes. It got a lot of mocking. And Rishi Sunak didn't really look like the statesman who's going to take the party through this election to success. I mean, there are some people who are saying this is utter madness within his own party. Conservative MPs furious that he's made this decision so early, when things are starting at least when it comes to the economy, to look a little brighter. So it doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Now, there are some people who think this is all about Nigel Farage, the architect of Brexit. Nigel's saying that he was about to throw his hat in the ring and stand as a candidate for the Reform Party. He's now decided not to do that, but some are saying that's why Rishi Sunak decided to make this snap decision.
Well, I wonder what Rishi Sunak's thinking about that decision now. Look, he seems to be very optimistic, particularly by the speech that he gave. Do you think his party have got a chance here?
I mean, he's trying to appear optimistic, but I'm not sure he can honestly be too optimistic. He's trailing 20 points behind the Labour Party in the polls, and he's been doing so for months. Now, get this straight. If that result, if those polling data was replicated at the general election, it would be wipeout for the Conservative Party. And the Conservative Party is the natural party of government in this country, but 20 points behind Labour. And I think the problem is, yes, he's calling this for damage limitation reasons, actually, I think, at this point. He thinks that as we go on, those polls may get even worse. So he may as well call it now. We've got some good news on inflation. It's down to normal levels. Things are starting to move in the right direction on immigration, although very slowly indeed. But the optimism, he's saying to Keir Starmer, come on, let's have a debate, a televised debate every week of this 6-week campaign. He's goading Keir Starmer to do that. So, you know, maybe he's up for the fight, but it's not looking too positive for him at the moment.
All right, well, a busy summer for everybody now. It's smack bang in the middle of your summer. You've now got a general election. So there you go. Now